I'm going to start off with a tough question. I want you to think about the many amazing performances that Bill Paxton gave us and give me your favorite one.
Oh man. Um,
Not easy.
it is not easy. Um, I honestly, it's not a big part, but I think my favorite is Simon in True Lies. He is so
uh,
stinking funny in that
he,
movie. Like
he's such a cur.
it's oh
Uh,
my gosh, like just the fact that he's lying and I don't, and then like when Arnold confronts it, the
yeah.
whole thing is
What
just
about the husbands? Dickless. If they're in business, I'm out of business. Or whatever he says.
oh, he's
He's such a
so
scoundrel.
funny in that movie.
Great pick. Really great pick. He did do more than just act, though. He directed a couple great films, and I want to talk about one of them today. So let's talk about a film by Bill Paxton, his 2001 underrated directorial debut, the psychological crime thriller Frailty. Hello, I'm Jeff Johnson,
I'm Amber Lewis.
and this is a Film by Podcast. Amber Lewis is back. For
It's been a while.
for how long has yet to be determined because Amber, during her first time watch of today's topic, she sent me some concerning text messages about this film. Amber, the angel visited me last night and told me something I don't want to believe, but together we're going to prove him wrong, I hope. Because, yeah, I
I
was
I
shocked.
was I was shocked.
I was shocked by your initial comments, and then I was like, I told you, I was like, stick with it. You don't know yet.
I
So,
mean, I don't know.
all
I
right,
still
we're gonna
haven't
get.
100% changed my mind, but
Well, you said something at the very end of that conversation that alluded to the fact that you need another watch. You need a rewatch,
yes, it was
and
my intention to rewatch it
well,
again this afternoon. I ran out of time, but
put a pin in that thought, and because I want to get to that later.
okay.
But before we get into it, I would like to welcome some new Patreon members. Talking about Chris Connell and one can possibly slow runner. Very, very unique username there. And you're not alone, Kim. I happen to run about as fast as paint dries. So
I don't
uh,
run.
Amber,
Nuh-uh.
Amber doesn't run. She's like, no, I'm not doing
I
it.
mean, if a cheetah's chasing you, the cheetah's going to catch you. So then you would just be
Okay,
tired
but
and dead at the same time.
all right. Well, okay, but maybe a cheetah, but this is a movie podcast. What if a dinosaur or like a slasher, like a killing machine, like Michael Myers is chasing you? You
I mean, that's like a speed walking situation. I could speed walk past Mike Myers, no problem.
you think? All right,
Yeah.
we'll address that in October. Till then, listen. If you want to get all the exclusive episodes that are available on our Patreon, uh, jump in like Chris Connell or One Can Possibly Slow Runner. Sign up for a free membership first, Amber. Check it out, see what you like. Sign
Yep.
on. You can do the
Come
free
back for
trial.
more.
Yeah,
We're gonna hook you right in.
yeah. We have got so much content on there now. I don't know if you've looked at that, but we
Yes,
got like
it's
a collection going
impressive.
there. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Got a nice collection going there. So check it out. Patreon.com/a film by podcast. So it's Paxton month on the A Film by Podcast. Bill Paxton, born on May 17th. We love Bill, and we decided why not devote a whole month to him?
My
Which
goodness, yes.
we haven't done this before, Amber. Not with any director, not with any actor or actress. I kind of dig the fact that leading the way is Bill Paxton.
Yes, 100%.
Let's talk about Bill for a little bit. I'm going to give you three facts and then a quote from the man. So hitting you with a fun one right off. You and I know you know this, Amber, but I'm just going to say it
It's because
anyways.
please don't tell me he's from Texas. Like we all know this.
No, nothing like that. But Bill Paxton is, in fact, the only actor to be killed on screen by a Terminator, an alien, and a Predator. He's think about that. The three juggernaut franchises. He's the only one that has that claim to fame.
That's pretty cool.
I know this kind of ties into today's episode, given that we're talking about frailty. Paxton was fascinated by forensics, and he said if one of those TV shows was on, he was stopping what he was doing and he was watching it.
Oh, a man after my own heart.
Yeah, so you love those forensic files
The
shows, right?
true crime, you love it.
What about Pat Benatar? Are you a fan? Do you love her?
Heck yeah. Are you kidding? I'm a child of the 80s.
Did you know that Bill Paxton learned to speak a little bit of German for his role in her music video Shadows of the Night in 1982?
I can't believe he was in that video. Oh my God. I'm
Yes,
going straight to YouTube after this.
you've got to do it. It's such a
Oh
fun
my
video.
gosh.
He's not the only Judge Reinhold's in it also. Um, Pat Benatar, she kind of like she leads a mission into a Nazi compound to blow it up. Paxton plays one of the German officers.
I have no memory of this video.
And he's got like the Chet flat top from Weird Science happening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Boy,
so young though.
talk about like defining role. There was a long time where I could not stand to look at him because of Chet.
Because of Chet.
Chet is so disgusting.
Chet was great. Hey dudes. Oh. All right, so on making Frailty, Paxton said, quote, I did like the title, Frailty. It's just a one-word title, like Notorious or Vertigo or Psycho. Frailty. And then after a beat, he continued and said, how would old Hollywood handle this kind of material? They'd have handled it in a Robert Aldrich, Alfred Hitchcock way. So think about watching like, and I get it. You had a first time watch, and there's a lot thrown at you in this what is it 99 minutes 98 minutes
Yeah,
it's a
which I
fast
do
paced.
love movies like that, like a tight
Yeah,
in and out, do your business.
this
Um,
easily could have been like a 2.5 hour movie, and I'm so glad it's not. It didn't need
yeah, no, huh?
a lesser director would have bogged it down in like the flashback scenes or the stuff with the FBI. No, Paxton is keeping us moving right along, and it's all the more better for it. But
Yeah.
but now that I say that, all right, now that I've told you Bill Paxton's inspiration was Hitchcock.
Hmm.
Thinking about the movie, can you see some of these scenes playing with a Hitchcock vibe?
I mean, there's one scene in particular, yes,
Okay.
but the rest of it to me was 100% a Stephen King short story.
Funny you should mention that name. More on that later. Um,
Oh, really?
yeah. Now,
Because I even
I
looked it up to see, like, is it based on a short story? And I just don't remember because this is very Stephen King. Um,
well, it's not okay. I'll just save you the suspense.
oh,
It's not
sorry.
based. It's not based on a Stephen King short story. It actually was based on a real serial killer who had his son. I think there was only one son, but had his son help him. And when he was caught, he explained that he was doing God's work. God told him to murder these people. Uh,
Gross.
but I got a Stephen King nugget for you. I'm
Okay.
gonna kick that. I'm gonna kick that down the road.
Okay.
I know. Like I said, this is a little bit of an underrated film. So for the listeners who are probably getting ready for a rewatch or maybe have never seen it, let them know what Frailty is all
Yeah,
about.
like me, I had never even heard about it. A mysterious man arrives at the offices of an FBI agent and recounts his childhood, how his religious fanatic father received visions telling him to destroy people who were, in fact, demons.
Bill Paxton said this film is about faith, family, and the loss of innocence. I mean, That's an Amber Lewis synopsis right
I
there.
sure. I mean, it's his movie, so
Yeah.
sure. But
So
I don't know.
you don't know yet? Well, after he read the script, he was terrified of playing the role of the father, wondering who was going to direct him. He tells the producer it would be important to know the character, how far to let him go and not go with it, and what is subtle. And this producer, who happened to be his good buddy David Kirshner, agreed with him. And that's when Paxton surprised him by telling him he wanted to be the one to direct it. I like that he stepped up. He was so concerned about who to work with on this project. He's like, I'll work with myself.
Well, and
So,
I think it's always interesting when an actor, especially one who had already had a very long and successful career, decides to move into directing. Like, what is the first thing they direct? I just find
hmm
that like, what is this choice? Why did you make this choice?
yeah.
And I think he probably felt so strongly about how he wanted that dad to be played that he just knew, like, I can do it and I can keep control of it.
Well, the movie has a real Old Testament vibe to it. And as the audience, we're putting Paxton's character on trial for the whole movie because we don't know. Is he a religious savior or is he a psychopath? And I'm going to ask you without, because I don't know how much we want to spoil this movie. I
It's
definitely,
tricky.
I don't want to spoil the end, like the last
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay.
We can talk about a couple things because this isn't like it came out 2 weeks ago, but let's not spoil the ending. Okay.
Well, because it is, I mean, what for me kind of redeemed the whole movie.
Yeah,
So,
okay. I thought so. I thought so. But watching this your first time though, were you completely on the side of his son Fenton, or was there a part of you
oh,
going,
100%.
what? Okay, you're
100%.
100% in. You're
Yeah,
so
because even like I love that it was set in 79. That's not
yeah,
like a year that you usually flash back to. So I
yeah.
thought that was interesting. Um, and it's enough modern age that like, why is nobody going to a doctor? Why,
hmm
what, huh? And they've got to be a little bit religious because the younger brother was already singing like one of those Johnny
Oh yeah,
Cash religious songs, but there
yeah.
was
A little
nothing
church
to
nursery
indicate,
rhyme.
yeah, there was nothing to indicate like complete lunacy.
Yeah.
But
So
so
you're
when
not even like there's not even a part of you that's going. What if God spoke to Bill Paxton and told him? Like
maybe
you're
all I'm
fully on
saying
like.
is if an angel came to me,
hmm
I would not be 100%. I'm going to do whatever this angel said. I'm going to go to a doctor and get an MRI. Like
Well, even
first.
even Fenton tells him at the dinner table, he's like, maybe you're not right in the head, Dad.
Yeah, I mean,
So
maybe you dreamt it and it was the middle of the night.
I
He's under a tremendous amount of stress. He's a single father, with
Bill
two little
Paxton is
kids.
so he's so great in this film, and
He's
he's
so
such a good
great at
dad.
towing that line
Yeah,
between like showing you how terrified he is and showing you how like completely crazy he is.
yeah. I remember the first time I saw this. I was in the camp of, well, this guy's lost it. He's crazy. He's had a
I really
crack.
thought
He's
it was going to turn
broken.
out like he had a tumor or something.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm just like, well, I want to believe him though. I want to know that he's doing the Lord's work. I want to believe in him, but he's a psychopath. Is my first
And
reaction
and that's
when I first
what
saw
I
it.
find so upsetting about the movie and what I don't like is it's a 90-minute movie and a good 45 minutes of it is child abuse and
Okay,
manipulation. And I cannot stomach any of this.
I knew that would be the aspect that you would find difficult with this film. The punishments, as they were, and we'll get to those when we talk noteworthy scenes. But jumping back to the beginning, I love the opening credit sequence with the vintage photos.
Oh my gosh. I see, and I also felt a little betrayed because I was like sucked in. The music was so good. And that
Oh,
credit sequence was amazing.
those pictures, those actually came from true crime magazines that Bill Paxton had collected.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
So, and you mentioned Brian Tyler's score complements it so well. It's just, it gives the movie like this foreboding energy, right?
Yes.
I,
I was
I,
expecting a movie more like something like Malice.
okay. So you were signed up
Like
for a thriller,
but like
maybe a
more
mystery.
atmospheric, I
Okay.
guess.
I don't know. I get a lot. I feel like a lot of atmospheric. Like I love that half the movie takes place in 1979,
Hmm.
and it has that feel to it. It feels old. It doesn't. Nothing's crisp. Nothing's nice and shiny.
Yes.
Amber, let's take a quick break, and when we get back, we got to talk about some very incredible performances from some very incredible actors. Welcome back. Amber Lewis and myself discussing Bill Paxton's directorial debut, Frailty. So we were talking a little bit about Bill Paxton, the director, Bill Paxton, the man. Let's talk about Bill Paxton as the dad. Like we said, he's a wonderful father. Even in the darker moments of this film, like when he first reveals the family's purpose to the boys, I love that moment where young Adam questions whether they're superheroes, and to relate to him, he agrees and he says, "Yeah, we're a family of superheroes that are going to save the world." And that shot. Can we just talk about the shot for a quick second? Did you notice that Adam, who will be on the dad's side the entire movie, he's sitting next to him. Fenton is sitting across from them, and Fenton, who is not on board with this insane plan. Did you notice how the camera slowly pulls them away? Like when you're looking at Bill Paxton, did you notice like the pullback where it's like they're
No.
separate? Yeah.
See, this is
So
what I'm saying. I gotta watch it again.
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this, uh, because you mentioned like maybe you need a rewatch.
Hmm.
Bill Paxton himself said this movie was designed for multiple viewings because the first time you see it, he just wants you to jump into the world and kind of be overwhelmed and maybe a little shocked at what you see. But then the next time you watch it, you'll start to pick up on all the clues and all the breadcrumbs, and they
Hmm.
are scattered everywhere. I mean, I've seen it like 50 times, so there's so many subtle little things that, you know, McConaughey's doing, or Powers Booth is doing, or Bill Paxton's doing, where you're like, oh, I never saw that the first 14
Yeah.
times. Yeah. But yeah, it's shots like that where he specifically had his DOP do that slow pullback to show you that Fenton is not on board with his father's plan,
Hmm.
and they're already separating. Their
Well, and back to
ideals.
what you were saying about him being a good father, though, like I never for one second believed or disbelieved his love for those boys.
Yeah, you
Like
can't.
even the horrible abusive things that he does, like when he's looking at his son and he's panicked and he's like, I love you more than anything.
Hmm.
Like you believe that.
Yeah, well, like, and I know I'm not stepping on scenes, but I know like with the whole, Fenton's pretty pissed when he gets into the
Hmm.
dinner table, and he's like, "Oh, you gave up, huh?" And he's like, "I'll be back at it
Yeah.
tomorrow." He's like, "Whoa, hey, I didn't mean it like that." Like
Hmm.
he's like, "I didn't mean it like that." Like he doesn't want to hurt his son's feelings. So, and it's even like teaching Adam a lesson about right and wrong. Like after the plan is formed,
Hmm.
and Adam produces his own list of demons, which just happens to have the
Yes.
school bully on it, and he's like, "Come here, son. Listen, destroying demons is a good thing, but killing people is wrong. Do you understand the difference?" And Adam's like, "Yeah, Dad, I get it." And meanwhile, Fenton's like, "You're both insane. You're psychos." So I like even when he's explaining right and wrong, you have to buy into what he's saying. Like he believes, and and at this point we don't know should we believe or not, but um, more on that. Uh, Matthew
It's so
McConaughey.
hard not to be able
I
to
know,
talk about the end.
I know. Well, we could talk about a little bit of it, but I just
Yeah.
don't like the end is it's
Yeah,
got like a
yeah.
usual suspects kind of
Hmm.
flavor to it, and I don't want
Yes.
to break that just
Definitely,
in case.
listeners, hang in there till the last second because
Oh, you have
it's
to.
definitely worth it.
So let's talk about Matthew McConaughey as Fenton Meeks, or is it Adam Meeks? He's one of the adult children, like grown up
Yes.
in present day. McConaughey and Paxton become friends while working on Jonathan Mostel's film U-571. Paxton hires him because he was an up and coming star, and he knew he could deliver an authentic Texas character.
I mean,
Now,
yeah.
this was, Matthew McConaughey, and you know that we're at a point where he has basically become a character of himself.
hmm
What'd you think about Matthew McConaughey in this, though? Because he is not the Matthew McConaughey you've ever seen.
No, no, this is definitely very early days. Like Time to Kill era, uh McConaughey, and that talent is just amazing. Um, I was wondering, like which brother is he, and are there really two brothers?
Very good point.
And that's just how mysterious he is, and how he's kind of telling you this story, but he's only really telling you what he wants you to know.
Yep. Well, this is where I feel like we're getting more of that Hitchcock vibe because, well, even Powers Booth says it. He's like, I think you're not telling me everything,
Yes.
but just keep talking and I'll figure out what it is.
hmm
On Frailty, McConaughey said, it's a gothic horror picture and everyone loves to be scared, so it's got that flavor as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I didn't think about the word gothic, but yeah.
Definitely, I think. Powers Booth is playing FBI agent Wesley Doyle. I have always loved Powers
Oh
Booth.
my
Like
gosh. He
he
was
can do, the
so good.
man could do no wrong. A similar story to McConaughey's. So Bill met Powers on the set of Tombstone. They hit it
Yes.
off. Yeah, they hit it off instantly. How do you not hit it off with Powers Booth? Let's
How do you not hit
be
it
honest.
off with Bill Paxton?
Like, well, yeah, fair point.
But same. Yeah.
Paxton named him as one of his favorite actors of all time, so he immediately thought of him for the role of Wesley Doyle. And he talks about this. There's a great making of documentary on the DVD, and he talks about the idea of like I've got this young and up and coming star in Matthew McConaughey who is authentic Texas, and I'm pitting him against Powers Booth, who is the old school cool. He's been around the block, authentic Texas, and I'm going to put him on a collision course.
Yes.
A little cat and mouse game, and it's so good.
It's so good, especially because Powers Booth always has that air about him to me, like he knows more than you do. He always knows more
Hmm.
than you do.
Oh
And
yeah.
so to see him in that position talking to McConaughey, and it's like, but do you though?
Uh, Booth always has scary confidence, and I don't care what the
Yes.
role is. He always has it. I'll tell
He
you something
totally
that,
struck me as the FBI agent that could just like squint you into a confession. Like he doesn't have
yeah,
to say anything. He just looks at you and you're like, okay,
yeah.
I did it. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you something that Paxton does really well in this film is keeping his shots tight on the actors, because the close-ups between McConaughey and Powers Booth, I think they really help build the tension in that office at the beginning. We've got this stormy night,
Yeah, and
and
I don't
he's
always
really,
like the camera being like up in somebody's face, but
yeah,
this was used to good effect.
yeah.
And in the car too.
He did it a lot because Paxton said these two especially could hold a close-up.
I mean,
But yeah,
for real.
not denying that. Two other stars we got to talk about. So let's start with Matt O'Leary, who's playing young Fenton Meeks.
This kid, my gosh.
Right? So steady work over the years in films like Live Free or Die Hard. He did the Skyscraper movie with The Rock. He was in the Spy Kids franchise. I remember him from a fantastic Ryan Johnson film noir called Brick, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You ever seen that one?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Ooh, we covered it a few seasons ago. He plays the best friend of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who helps solve the murder. Amber, it's so good. I
Well,
implore
and I
you.
love Joseph Gordon-Levitt anyway, so
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, well, I know. There's another actor you love. You know who plays the film's villain and leader of the bad guys? Young, sweet, innocent Lucas Haas,
what?
who is not sweet or innocent or
No,
that young in this movie Brick. He's so good.
No.
Oh, he's so good.
Oh my
You're,
goodness. Now I
you're gonna
gotta watch it.
you're gonna watch it, then you're gonna go back. You gotta listen to that episode.
Yes.
I think we did it around the time the Knives Out sequel came out. I think we kind of
Oh,
timed it to drop when Glass Onion was hitting. So
there
it's
you
been
go.
like probably 2 years, I think. Yeah. Bill Paxton considered Matt's performance to be the linchpin of the film because without a great performance, the film wouldn't work. So let's talk Matt O'Leary. What this kid do for you?
I think the biggest thing is that he gave like the true feeling of like I love my dad. I've always trusted my dad, and now I'm terrified, but I don't want to get him in trouble. But I don't want to be anywhere near anything he's doing. I mean, all these complicated emotions, and he just sold it so incredibly well.
Well, think about this. He's on that at his age because you assume he's probably 12,
Mm-hmm.
maybe going on 13. So he's at that age where he's looking at his dad and questioning his beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when you're a little kid, like your parents, like whatever they say, like goes, and you just assume that they are the end all be all. You know?
Yes, but he's already starting to push those boundaries. Like
Yeah.
he wants to go see the Warriors, and
Hmm.
the little brother says, "Oh no, that's rated R. We're not allowed." And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna sneak in," and
Yeah.
he's going to tell
Him,
us, "No, we are
him
latchkey
as
children. We can do what we
yeah,
want."
yeah. Him and his buddy, they want to go TP someone's house. Let's go rap this guy's house. Little guy's like, what's rap? He's like, I'll explain it later. You know, I love that he's doing such an amazing job of playing the protective older brother who's
Yes.
always looking out, and they're like best friends. Like watching them play in some of the moments before the movie gets really dark. I'm looking at that, and I'm sure you have the same feeling. Like you think back to when you were a kid, and you and your brother would be playing and have fun. Like that was your best friend before you went to school and found a new best, like your other best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Matt O'Leary knocks it out of the park in this film. He's an amazing, amazing young actor. He's not alone though. Playing the younger brother, young Adam Meeks, Jeremy Sumpter.
It took me the whole movie to figure out who he was.
Uh, he's kept busy over the years, but nothing I've seen.
Peter
I
Pan,
was gonna say his notable role was as Peter Pan in the 2003 film with
which,
Jason
if you
Isaacs.
were Liam Lewis's parent, you watched it every day.
I saw that and I was like, well, I definitely know Amber's seen it and probably loved it.
Yes.
Uh, so I mean, is Jason Isaacs, is he a good Captain Hook?
He is a spectacular Captain Hook. And this
Okay.
movie just captures so much of the magic of that story. And I will never forget taking Liam to see it and thinking he was going to be so excited. And we're watching it and they're flying to Neverland and it's great. And he's kind of fidgeting next to me. I'm like thinking maybe he's got to go to the bathroom or something. I'm like, "Are you okay, buddy?" And he's like, "You told me there were going to be pirates and there are no pirates." And I'm like, "Dude, just give it 5 minutes. They're coming."
Uh,
And oh, Jason Isaacs does not disappoint.
Sumter might be the only comic relief we get in this movie. Is that fair?
I didn't get that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not you're not laughing every other minute in this movie. I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
like,
he was cute in the beginning.
that's
Like
what I'm
he
saying.
wanted
Like,
to go
he's
see
got the
Meatballs again, and
yeah,
that was cute. Like that reminded me of my little brother. But
trying to help his brother dig the hole, and his
I
brother
was too
throws
busy
some
being
rocks at him.
traumatized by his immediate brainwashing.
Well, yeah,
Like
but
it
he's
was
he's got he's
instantaneous.
he's got some fun moments. Like, he's trying to help his brother dig the hole, and his brother throws the rocks at him. He's like, "I'm telling Dad, you butthole." It's like that's taking you back. That's how
I
you talk to your brother.
Yes, but I was deep in trauma here, Jeff. I was not enjoying anything about any of this.
All right, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do a little bit of background on this movie, and because it sounds like we gotta get to some of the noteworthy scenes here. Um, Writer Brent Hanley said he was inspired to write this by growing up in the Bible Belt and going to church. But he said while listening to the preacher's sermon, he and his friends would be flipping to the back of the Bible to Revelations to quote, read about all the dark things God was going to do to us. He said that and reading a ton of Stephen King as a kid helped him write Frailty. So your Stephen King, you know, thoughts from earlier, they have it. This kid he grew up on King,
He paid
read
attention.
everything.
He learned from the master.
Yeah, he did. He certainly did.
That all of those elements are what make the story good. I just think probably as a Stephen King short story, it would have been a little more palatable. Sometimes what you can handle when you're reading it is too difficult to watch.
So in the script, you mentioned meatballs. The boys are debating at the beginning of this whether to see meatballs or Alien. Now I'm talking about in the script. That
I
was
was
the
gonna say
choices.
it was the Warriors.
Well, it's the Warriors because Paxton didn't want to use Alien since he was so closely connected to the franchise. So he
Oh, he didn't
changed
want to
it.
have the wink.
Yeah, so he goes in, he looks, he's like, "What's the big movie from 1979 around Meatballs?" Because Meatballs is 78, I believe, and it was the Warriors, and he's like, "You know what, Walter Hill, I'm gonna do a nice little homage to him because he had worked with Walter Hill in the past." So it becomes the Warriors.
I let the movie run and let the credits run because I was enjoying the music so much.
Hmm.
And at the very end of the credits, he has like a list of thank yous. And there are
Yep.
all these great directors that he worked with that like
Yeah.
you can tell he had great relationships with them. He, could call him if he had a question. I thought that was
Well,
really cool.
some of them helped shape this movie, and that's why they get a little shout out. Speaking of shout outs, shout out to our limited series, A Film at 45, where David and Scott covered Meatballs, Alien, and The Warriors. We always let listeners know about the older episodes, but finding them sounds time consuming, right? Because we're like 360 in at this point, 360 episodes in. Amber, did you know that if you go to our website and click on the episodes tab, the drop down box will offer you a detailed listing for quick searches?
Did not. I usually
Yeah.
just try to search on Spotify, which sometimes it
And then
works and
you just
sometimes
sit
it
there and
doesn't.
just spin for yeah. Yeah. Go to the website. Go to a filmbypodcast.com and just hit that episodes tab, and then it shows you all the limited series. You click on that and it just, it's dialed in real quick. That way at least like, oh hey, this dropped in October of 2023. So now I'll go to Spotify and I'll
Yeah.
or actually Amber, since you're on the website and you pull it up like that, it links to whatever platform you're streaming to. So
Oh my gosh. So
good thing to
easy.
know. Good thing to know about our website. Check that out. Now, let's talk about some noteworthy scenes and what
Ugh.
we feel is a pivotal moment. I want to start with finding Otis. So Bill Paxton, he's driving along. He spots that sunbeam shooting down into the abandoned barn. Walks in, sees it embedded in a stump, bathed in light. The name Otis carved into that wooden handle. We know from the plan that the angel gave him that God will give him three weapons to destroy demons. This, whether you like the weapons or not, Amber, you have to admit this is a great reveal for the weapon of choice.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Freddy Krueger's glove for this movie. This is Jason's machete. It's right there. It looks glorious.
I don't know. I was still too much in the realism of it. I'm like, you're just driving onto a random farm and stealing their hatchet. Like, what is even happening?
See, you're so gonna not disagree. You're so not gonna agree with me here, but I love this because it made me think of like the empty amphitheater in Clash of the Titans, where the gods have left Perseus. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, it's the thing about it. God. The angel tells him God will deliver weapons, divine weapons, for him to carry out his mission. And may not be a cloak and a shield, but it's a nice axe and a lead pipe and some good old broken in work gloves.
I don't know. He showed up with that lead pipe, and I was like, so we're doing the clue, you know, by
Yeah.
way of the Bible? Like, what?
Well, it's all about the axe, I think. Did
It is.
he
That's
wanted
the
so
coup de grace.
he wanted to name the axe to establish that it's ultimately a family heirloom handed down from father to son, and he wanted the weapon to have a little bit of personality. And you have to admit, like it does give it like the fact that it's got the name Otis carved into it gives it
Yeah,
personality.
um I don't know. I would have thought it would have been neater if like he was carving the names of the demons into it.
Ooh,
Or
I like
or
that.
better yet, scratch that, the names of the humans that he was killing, in my opinion.
No, come on,
But
no, the demons. They were demons, Amber.
to him.
What do you mean?
Um
Okay, we're yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
but
Do you
I
know where the
I
name Otis came from?
I don't know. I always, you know me, I always think of Superman. So, Otisburg.
Otisburg? Are we going to Addis Ababa? Amber Lewis? No, so this is kind of a cool story. He knows he wants to give the axe a name, and during pre-production, he encounters a homeless man on the street, you know, tries to give him some money. When the man refused to take any charity, Paxton offered to quote unquote buy the use of his name for the axe, and the homeless man's name was Otis. So
Oh my gosh.
that's he found a clever way to
What
give
a
this guy
marshmallow he was.
yeah, give this guy some money and help him out. I think that's kind of cool. But
That is very
love
cool.
I kind of love the moment of finding Otis. Let's talk about one. I know you had a tough time with digging the hole. So
Everything about the hole, digging the hole, putting him in the hole, taking him out of the
Amber,
hole.
I I want you to just think about this for a second. He's digging. He tells him he's like I want it 10 feet deep, 15 feet wide, 15 in both directions. That's 225 square feet of 10-foot hole. I mean he's putting an in-ground pool
Yes.
almost, you know.
Yeah.
And this kid is just. We talked about how Fenton is defiant to what his father's beliefs are. And I love this moment for Fenton because we see him kind of rise up and he's not going to go along with it. And he's going to make a stand. You know, I like that Fenton, yeah, he's a scared 12-year-old boy, but he's taking action through this entire film.
Yes.
He's trying to talk his dad off the ledge and say, hey, dad, maybe you're not right in the head. Maybe this isn't the way. He's refusing to go along with it. But even when he, like his punishment, he's taking the punishment like a man and he's not giving up on the punishment until it's done. So
No, I
I
mean, he
love the
was
moment for Fenton.
fueled by fury, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. He even says he's like my anger was my strength, and
Yeah.
you know, you
I
know,
mean,
he's
any
like,
kid that's been set a task as a punishment,
yeah.
there's a certain amount of seething involved in the
Hmm.
accomplishing of that task.
But the punishment is twofold. He's like, I want you to dig the hole, and I want you to pray while you're doing it. He's like, I'll dig, but I'm not praying at all.
Hmm.
I love the character's defiance. I love the kid's
Yeah,
defiance.
I loved it when he checked on him and he said there is no God.
Yeah. Well,
I was
because
like,
at that
oh
point,
man, this kid's gonna die in this hole, but I'm proud of him.
yeah. Well, like so he's like, when Adam's bringing him water, and he's like, oh yeah, Dad says you got to be in here for like 7 days. He's like, 7 days,
Hmm.
and then Paxton opens up. And he's like, did you see God? Did you talk to God? And he's like, there is no God. He just shuts it back and nails it back shut again. I was
Yeah.
like, and that's okay. So I'm going to tell you because I know how you're feeling about Paxton at this point in the film. That's the moment where I'm like, Bill Paxton, even if he's right about this mission, he's just went down a path that I can't follow him.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, that's
come on, man.
cult
You've gone too
programming.
far.
That's all that is.
Yeah, it's too
That's
far.
all that is. And I was putting a lot of faith in you because that was about the point where I was like saying a lot of potty words in the text
Yep.
message
Oh, there
chat.
you're like, now he's
And
digging the hole. Dot dot dot. I was like,
you were like,
he's so
just stay with
close.
it.
Hang
Stay
in
there.
there. Hang in there. I
I'm
knew
not
you'd have a
saying it
tough
was
time.
worth it, but I am saying,
I knew you'd have a tough time with that moment.
uh,
I'm going to combine a couple here. Let's talk about destroying demons, specifically the nurse and the pedophile.
I
Now, I'm
mean,
going to tell you something.
if we believe that
If yeah,
is accurate.
did you know the first test screening, 20 something people walked out when he brought the nurse home.
Yep.
Now,
That
out my
was
first
the thing is, like I said, I like true crime, and Liam always makes fun of me because he's like, you'll be laying there asleep, and on the TV is like, and they ripped her arms off, and her eyeballs were found in the ashtray, and and it doesn't faze me.
yeah.
But the fact that those two little boys, like, I'm gonna start crying. The fact that those two little boys were in that barn, like, I was completely a wreck. I was like, to heck with this movie, I'm turning it off. And I was like, well, go get a glass of water and finish watching it.
So think about this.
So yes,
First
I
time
completely
first time
support those test audiences.
first time I'm watching it, my mom before she retired was a nurse. So I
Oh my
can't
heavens.
I'm like, whoa, dude, no. And then he put, the whole idea is like he takes the gloves off, and once he lays his hand on the person, you will see the demon and you'll know what the evil is that they did. And Bill Paxton touches this woman's arm and he's afraid. I love that Bill Paxton is terrified of what he perceives to be seeing, like what she's
Yeah,
done.
he plays levels of fear so well.
Yeah. And the kids are like, and we're the audience, we're looking at a terrified woman
Yeah,
who's
we
tied
get
up.
nothing. We don't see what he
Yeah.
sees. We don't, or what he thinks he sees, or what he pretends to see,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. In the first cut of the film, we did, well, not we, but the first cut of the film actually showed like what made them demons. Like, so he would touch, like in the first cut of the film, he was touching them, and then you were getting all the flashes of the evil things that they had done. So we're quickly on board with Dad's mission from God. Like in the original cut of the film, first cut, the assembly cut, as it were, we're like, oh, obviously Bill Paxton is correct. He is on a mission from God. These people are awful. These are demons, and this kid will understand. His buddy James Cameron watches the first cut, says you gotta save the reveals for the end because the audience is gonna be so divisive. They're not gonna know who to believe for the whole movie, and you want that. So
Good call, James.
good call, James Cameron, right?
Maestro that
Because
he is.
think about this, Amber. If you had watched this movie the original way, and he touches that woman's arm, and all of a sudden you see that she has slit this poor guy's throat, and she's like this terrible person. Now you're like, well, the hell
Well,
with her.
the thing that I have a problem with, but is also the thing that makes me, I will recommend the movie,
Hmm.
even though
Well,
I'll
slow down.
probably
We're not there yet.
watch it again, but maybe once and never again. But is that you can debate it. Like, I like movies that you can
Yes.
argue about. But it reminded me of Unbreakable,
Hmm. Another favorite of mine.
which Unbreakable is a much better movie because you at least have the buy-in that these superpowers exist and they work
I dig the fact.
before you get the reveal.
I dig the fact that you're relating these two. You're comparing these two because Unbreakable is probably my all-time favorite superhero origin movie. And now I'm looking at this one. It's kind of like a superhero origin movie, just a very dark and demented one. I like where you're going with that. The pedophile was played by a guy named Vincent Chase.
What?
Yeah, which is weird because that was
From
Vinny Chase
Entourage?
from Entourage. That's the guy's real name, but more crazier fact, that's Bill Paxton's acting coach.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
been with Bill for 20 years, and when he was trying to find someone who could play a slimy pedophile, that's going to go after little girls, he was like, "Well, I wonder if Vince would do it." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, I'm in. I'll do it."
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
That's not a compliment, but he's
I
not.
guess it
How many?
says you can play anyone, so
Yeah, how many people are lining up to be like, "Oh, do you have like creepy pedophile guy?" Yeah, I'll do that role. No. All right. Moving on. Fenton runs to the sheriff. So he's had enough. I think it's demon number 3 where he's supposed to help, and he run. That's when he's like, I'm out. I run. He runs to the sheriff's office, um, who doesn't believe him, by the way, because why would you believe a 12-year-old boy in 1979?
Right.
Takes him back home, and then he gets murdered in a very Hitchcockian way. I think like that whole thing with him getting killed. That was psycho to me.
Yes.
Right?
Well, it was so quick.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just
that's the thing.
escalated so fast.
Paxton's doing some of his best work in the movie because he is terrified that this sheriff is going to catch him. He's really, if you watch him at the dinner table, he's so nervous. And then Fenton's like, "Well, I'll show you the shed," and he's like, "Well," the sheriff's like, "I don't think we have to do that, do we?" He's like, "I don't know, Fenton. Do we have to do that?" And he's telling Fenton like, "Look, you are forcing my hand. This is a good guy. He's not a demon. Back off."
And I think you see that little kid where Fenton is so in over his head because it's
Hmm.
like, well, he's not going to kill a sheriff.
He wouldn't do. He
He's a
wouldn't. Yeah,
police officer. You can't do that.
yeah. And this is Bill Paxton's fall from grace. The dad's character. You know, I love that his words to him before swinging Otis are "May God welcome you and keep you," because he's genuinely remorseful about the act of killing this guy. Because when we talk about the first two demons, he tells the nurse, he's like, "All I see is evil," and then the pedophile, it's "You can't escape God's wrath." Like there's
Hmm.
he's it's all fire and brimstone, but he doesn't want to do this, but he has to protect the mission, and it sets Adam, or I'm sorry,
That was
it's
another
sets
thing
Fenton on a course.
that I struggled with was I didn't feel like the stakes with the demons was like that high.
How
Um,
so?
well, so to compare, I keep comparing this movie to other movies. But I thought of the movie They Live
Yeah.
and that great scene when he puts the glasses on for the first time, and you're
Hmm.
like, oh my God, they're everywhere.
Yeah. It's an
Well,
infestation.
yeah, like didn't really feel like are they everywhere? Is this just random? How does he know who these people are? What's going to happen if he doesn't get rid of the demons? Like,
Again, on a first time watch, he gets the weapons and he gets the list of names, and you're just like, where's he getting the names? Right? Because they're all just they
like
are all
he
what appears to
poo-pooed
be.
Adam's list. How do we know that like that nurse isn't somebody that he had an affair with? And
Well, again, we know that she was a demon, but I think you're onto something.
you're taking that vision
Wait,
thing as like it was real.
well, that's okay. Well, hold on. We don't want to. We don't. We'll get there. We'll get there. But you just made another good point, even though you don't want to make the point.
I That's because I'm the voice of
Adam,
reason.
Adam had a list, and because Adam is a true believer, and Adam, you know, he sees the
Adam is
mission.
not a true believer. Adam is a little
Well,
boy who looks at his dad and is like, "Yep, I see it. I believe it. Absolutely, Dad. 100%."
well, we can't. I don't want to spoil it, but you know who Adam is. So,
Well,
and
but
what
we're
he,
gonna have to talk off mic about this because
we will.
like 100% confused about
Okay.
aspects of the ending.
All right. Well,
Where I
I
was like,
want to talk
"What?"
about. I want to talk about one more scene. What I think is the pivotal moment of this movie, and it's all about destroying the fourth demon, the guy Brad, who Amber, you had to be happy about this guy getting it. This was the
Who is
abusive
this?
husband guy that was yelling at his
Oh,
wife, and the biker
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That guy sucked. Like I couldn't wait to see him get murdered. Not, I'm sorry. I couldn't wait to see him get destroyed because he was a demon. But it's supposed to be Fitton's first time following this punishment under the shed, and when he swings Otis, it's not at the abusive husband's neck. It's at his dad's chest. Bill Paxton's look, how the tears are welling up in his eyes,
Hmm.
not because he's dying and in pain. He's heartbroken because he
Yeah.
thinks at this point Fenton has seen the light. God has talked. Fenton tells him, "Yeah, God talked to me. I know the mission." And Adam is traumatized. I love the fact that moment where he whispers something to Adam. We'll never know what he whispered because even the writer has said, "Yeah, we're not meant to know what he says." That's That's the scene where I'm like, okay, um, now I don't know who to believe. Because meanwhile, we've got this story that's happening in present day with Matthew McConaughey, who is one of these brothers, and he's basically we've got a serial killer on the loose, calling himself the God's Hand Killer. Matthew McConaughey believes it to be his brother, and he's basically telling FBI agent Powers Booth, who's playing Wesley Doyle, he's telling him the whole thing, where the bodies are, and they're on this creepy drive, you know, in the dead of night in a rainstorm to the Rose Garden to get all the answers. And you got to be scared at this point. Were you a little scared for Powers Booth?
The minute they got to the Rose Garden, I was like, wait a second. One of these things is not like the other. This
Yeah.
is And part of it was for me, this was visually the best shot in the movie. I loved the flashlight
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
the light coming through the trees,
hmm
and all of that was
Can we
amazing.
can we talk about? There's one shot here uh, that I want to talk about where they are walking. It's exactly the scene you're talking about, and that you kind of pan down to a rose bush as they pass by, and when you pan up, they've taken you back to 1979 where he's burying Bill Paxton. No real camera trick. It's just they had the kids there, they had the set ready, and as soon as they walked by, they everyone ran into position as they panned back up.
I
I
love stuff like
simple
that.
simple little trick that you're like, how they do that? Because there's no cut. It's it's
Like
it's
that
one
dance scene
steady
in Last
shot.
Night in Soho where they are rotating around.
Yes, yes,
And you're like, this has to be CGI. And then you see how they did it, and you're like, nope, they're just crawling on
yep.
the floor.
That's all it was. So I got to ask, because you have not chimed in yet. Did we discuss the pivotal moment for you, or are you still like on the fence?
I, I, I don't know.
You don't have one?
Oh, well, I do, but I don't think I can say what it is.
We'll say what it is, and if we have to cut it, we'll cut it.
Okay. Um, for me, the whole movie went from like, this is a piece of garbage and I'm going to kill Jeff to, I'm gonna have to watch this again and figure this whole mystery out was when he killed Powers Booth.
We can talk about that.
That for me, that sequence where he's talking to him and he's like, and you realize like, wait, is this not the brother that I thought it
hmm
was? Are there two of them? Is he only one person? My mind was just spinning through that whole last conversation with Powers Booth.
I think the reveal of who Powers Booth actually is and what he did is where the first time you watch it, you were like, "Holy shit!" But then
Yeah.
there's a whole nother major twist that follows right after that, and that's what
Hmm.
I want to say for the
Yes.
listeners if they haven't seen it.
But that whole sequence with Powers Booth was where like all of a sudden all the pennies were dropping and I was like, wait, whoa.
Yeah, remember I told you I was like, just you're so close, just hang in there because something's gonna happen. Yeah, because that's it. That's a good one. I should have
Yeah.
had that as the pivotal moment, but I had to have one with Bill Paxton. So
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
let's take one last break and then we'll wrap things up. All right, Amber. So sadly we lost Bill Paxton way too
Oh
soon.
my gosh, so sad.
He only got to direct two films, and we're gonna cover both of them this month. So I know we always like to say, if someone loved this movie, they wanted more from this director, what would you recommend? Given the fact that we've been talking about Frailty, and later this month we're going to talk about The Greatest Game Ever Played, which is his second feature that he directed. I'm gonna make this a little bit easier for you. Let's say someone has just discovered Bill Paxton in this movie and they love him as they should.
Yes. I
What
can't imagine a world in which like
I
you don't
know.
know who he is.
Well, yeah. I mean, this question sometimes, depending on who you're talking about, it's a little ludicrous. Like
Yeah, right.
talking to Wayne and Dave about if someone had never heard of Steven Spielberg and they like Duel, what would you recommend? I mean, come on.
right?
But I'm gonna ask you, what three Bill Paxton projects would you recommend to someone? Whether he starred in it, co-starred in it, whether he wrote it, directed it, produced it. What do you think?
Well, I'm so glad that like I kind of get an out because I got to say that like my favorite performance was True Lies, but now I
Hmm.
get three more
Yeah, this is
that are not True
this was
Lies.
perfect for you. This is
Yes.
you've got carte blanche, to just be like, oh, you don't have to break any rules this time, Amber.
Nope. Even
So
though I do have to leave two by the wayside, but I'll play by the rules this time.
okay.
Um, you definitely have to see Aliens.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, Hudson
Hudson.
is fabulous
Oh gosh,
in
yeah.
that movie. Absolutely amazing. Um, my love for all things space. So, I'm gonna give a shout out to Apollo 13.
Ooh,
He
okay.
is wonderful as Fred Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and absolutely, just brings this levity to, what is an incredibly serious, intense movie.
Yep.
And his character is such a lovable goofball while still
He
being a
is.
professional astronaut. He's
Yeah.
amazing. And then I know it is what it is. I freaking love the movie Twister. I love Bill. I think he is amazing. And I
Okay.
love his performance in that movie. So
So
I'm going for
so
it.
so let's break this down. First off, Hudson in Aliens, one of the best characters in the movie, probably has the best catchphrases for the
Oh,
movie.
yes. And it's like it's so easy to love Hicks. Everybody loves Hicks.
You gotta love
No
Hicks because he's
question
a hero,
about
but
it. But
yeah.
like loving Hudson is like a special kind of thing.
Yes. I'm with you. I'm with you. And again, shout out to our limited 1986 series. We covered Aliens. Had a fun time talking about that one. I wish you were on the team back then because
Seriously, you missed out.
maybe we you know what, next year is the 40th anniversary for 1986 movies.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we I said I wouldn't do this, but maybe we cherry pick a couple like as a
Right?
more,
I mean,
not a not for
should I tell
1986, but
you
just
that I cut my hair like Sigourney Weaver and I've seen that movie a million times and sitting right here next to me is my M41A
all right,
assault rifle.
save it for the anniversary episode that we're probably going to end up doing. Um,
Listeners, make it
it,
happen.
Fred Hayes, Apollo 13. I don't think you could do that with any other three guys. I
No,
wouldn't have
that
liked it.
chemistry was just
Perfect chemistry.
perfect. Yeah,
Ron Howard, our new friend, we met a
your
couple
new
weeks ago.
buddy.
Oh, he's so cool. He's so cool. Um, and then definitely, I'm glad that you mentioned the extreme. Yeah, I'm sorry, but he is awesome in Twister,
He is. He
and
is amazing.
it's a roller coaster ride. It's a popcorn movie.
Absolutely.
I'm not
But
watching it because I need there to be substance. I'm watching it because it's just fun, and he makes it fun.
yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
And has some of the most ridiculous dialogue that he has to say. And he sells it. Like nobody else could do that.
he does. Shout out to our 1996 limited series because we covered Twister also. So
Yep,
this is the shout out episode. We're
it
talking the film at
is.
45, 1986,
We're
1996.
like that wall with the strings.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
connected.
It's all connected. So you kind of hinted at it already. Let's talk about final thoughts. Let's talk about your recommendation. And before you answer, I do want to say that this film has an absolutely great ending. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes. Definitely worth hanging in for.
Amber, can we say without spoilers that the good guy wins and evil gets punished?
Oh,
No. You're gonna have to go back. You have to you're
oh
ready for
my
the rewatch.
heavens.
You
Yes,
need to watch it again.
I
All
do.
right.
I think that if you're having kind of like a murder mystery thing and
Yeah.
or like movies with a twist kind of thing, or even if you just have somebody that like you like to fun argue with, this is
Yeah.
one of those great movies that like you
Oh
can
yeah.
argue nuance, you can argue plot. I mean,
Well, You can catch this one streaming free on Plex, Freevee, and Prime. I recommend the physical copy, be it DVD or Blu-ray, where you will get deleted scenes. You get a really cool making of documentary. And Amber, not one, but three audio commentaries, one of which is an amazing one by Bill Paxton.
Oh, now see, I was gonna be like, the heck, I'm paying nothing for this. But to listen to him talk about
Can I
doing
can I
what he
loan you
does,
can I loan you my copy just so you can watch the movie with Bill
yes,
Paxton? Because
yes.
I think that'll probably put you that'll be your tipping point. That'll be like, okay, I still don't like the digging the whole scene. I don't like the child abuse, but this movie's awesome. I think you need to sit with Bill and watch it and let him talk
I'm
about
not
it.
opposed to this plan.
Okay. All right. Well, listeners, what do you think of Bill Paxton's directorial debut, Frailty? Have you seen it? Did we get this one wrong? I know we didn't. I guess a better question right now would be are you Team Amber or not? Um, you can let us know on social media. You'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can check out afilmbypodcast.com for all the episodes and a very easy, like we said, Amber, a very easy way to find all of our episodes.
Yes, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, they're all there. You can write to us at afilmbypodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and concerns. We may just read your response on the show and send you some of Film by swag. Amber, you've been missed. I'm
I've
glad you're
missed
back.
being able to be here.
Yeah,
I'm very
you know,
excited.
what was it?
Back to the
You were
land of
Sherlock
the living.
Holmes. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, yeah. You took the whole month of April off, but I'm
Don't
glad that
worry,
you're
people,
kick.
you'll have time to get sick of me.
Yeah, I'm glad you're kicking off Bill Paxton Month. You gonna do any others with us? We talked about a couple. I think
I'm
you should Indian Summer.
I
I
was
think
gonna say I'm feeling Indian summer. I want to go back to camp.
come back to camp with me and David.
Yes.
It'll be a good time. I'll tell you another thing, listeners. You can look for an Amber-centric episode on our Patreon this month. I didn't tell you about that, did I? You're looking like, wait, what? What am I
What am
doing?
I doing?
We'll talk off mic. You're you're kicking off something fun on Patreon.
Oh,
I just
come join me. I don't know what
I
I'm
just
doing, but it's gonna be a good time.
I didn't tell you yet, but you'll be game, I'm sure.
I'm down for it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And as for all of you listening to the show, following us on social media, and subscribing to our Patreon, we thank you.